Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'll be explaining to you why you should buy a BMW 650i. So let's start with the most obvious reason you should buy a BMW 650i over any other model, because in this shape you've got the 630i, 635ds, you've got the M6 which has a different body kit a little bit, and a 645 Ci. So the main reason you'd be buying the 650i is because of the engine. So it's a 4.8 litre naturally aspirated V8. It puts about 360 brake horsepower, 490 newton meters of torque, 0 to 60 in about 5.5 seconds. That's what BMW quote. And it weighs about 1,600 kilos. It's a very, very fast car with a very big engine. And obviously in this era, they made big engines. These are now basically becoming dinosaurs. And the reason I buy a 650i over anything else is because of the V8. You can buy the 630i, you can buy the 635D. The 635D is great for tuning potential. I haven't touched any of the sort of engine logistics in this. I've only done sort of styling. And the reason the M6 is obviously a better car to buy, but it's a lot more expensive to run and maintain. So with this, you get the luxury of having power, a V8, the noise, but without as much cost as the M6. So that's one of the main reasons I would be buying a 650i over any of the model in this in the E63 or E64 Shape, is because of that engine and how well it is to run. The second reason I would buy a 650i, well, I mean, the E63 in general is the sort of design. It's timeless. I mean, look at it now. It's absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. It's a long coupe, which is amazing. Like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but it just looks amazing. A lot of people, when you put a custom number plate on it, won't even know which year it is. It has got a timeless design. It's a very beautiful looking car, and it's very unique. You don't see a lot of these around anymore, the shape in general. So when people see it, they do think, what car is that? And I think it's just a nice presence to have on the road. It's not noticed as much as obviously a supercar, or I suppose if you're a car enthusiast, any M car, but it's still something that people double take at, especially with the noise it provides on the 650i because of the V8. And if you do a back box delete like I have, then that also just adds to the drama and I think the styling of the car. The third reason I'd buy a 650i is the interior. Now, for a car of this age, I think the interior is great. You've got electric seats. Now, even on newer cars today that you buy at full price, you don't even get electric seats, and heated electric seats as well. I think that alone is an amazing, I'm pretty sure a standard option on these cars. You've got the frameless windows as well, which again, it just adds a bit more flair to the car. Obviously you've got the rear seats, which basically have not been touched, and it is a bit cramped back there, but it's not too bad. You can still fit either small kids in there easily, and shorter adults. But yeah, even with a few styling mods, because I've got this the wooden sort of interior, with a few styling mods like retrimming the steering wheel, maybe changing that to maybe a black or an Alcantara, and retrimming some of the other parts of this dash, maybe putting leather on instead, it would make a superb interior. The sound system's already great, but upgrading it would make it better. So yeah, I mean, the interior on this is like sitting on a big sofa. It's very luxurious, very comfy ride, and it's pretty clean. I guess the last thing that brings me to buying a 650i over anything else and why you should buy one is the price, the value for money. So I pretty much bought this car at rock bottom. Now, there are a few issues, as I mentioned in one of my before videos. I'll give you the main ones: the stem seal valve, or the stem seals, the coolant pipe, transfer pipe, and then obviously common leaks. But if you can get a car which has the stem seals done and the coolant pipe done, I believe that is the main issue sorted, and that's the big money kind of done. That's probably going to save you about £2,000-3,000 that you don't have to do. But the question is, I bought this for about £5 at the time. It's had a few bits I've needed to do, but where else would you buy a car with this much power, this big of an engine for £5,000? I think it's an amazing value for money buy, and I would prefer this over a Mustang any day, because even though a Mustang has a V8, with a bit of styling, I'm going to add the rest of the Maxton kit to it, and maybe if you change the wheels, I quite like the standard wheels, upgrade the brakes, and then also on the back, I would add a diffuser. I've got the spoiler just fine, black badge, and quad tip exhaust. For me, this would be a Mustang any day. I am a bit of a BMW fanboy, so that might be why, but that is definitely, you know, if I was going to have a V8, I would happily keep this in my life. At some point, I probably will have to change, but for now, this is doing the job, and you don't really need much of a faster car than this. If you watched my Meets UK video, click on the top right towards that video, then you'll see that I drove this from Brecon, and it was great. I think the only thing that let it down is the brakes. And then you could probably push it a bit further. The temps are fine on that day as well. So yeah, I guess this is, you know, why you should buy a BMW 650i. I guess this is why you should buy a BMW 650i. One is, you've got a great engine in there with a lot of natural power. It's got great sound. It's got great looks. It's value for money. The interior is comfortable. It's luxurious. And that's why I bought one. And obviously now, with these engines becoming older and older, these are going to go up in price. I believe the 650i will go up, not as much as the M6. Obviously the M6 will become a classic, but these will definitely go up. And I think, you know, one in a mint condition will definitely go up to back over the £10,000 mark. At the moment, these are going back up. They hit rock bottom about £2.5–3 and that's one with issues that probably hasn't had any of the major work done. But one in good condition, with low mileage, you're looking at about £7–8 now, and I think that's only going to increase to, you know, I don't know, I would want to put a figure on it in the future, but I definitely want to say that the 650i will go above £10,000 at some point in a good condition. This was obviously high mileage. I don't believe this will ever make that price, but in a good condition, I think that it will. And obviously then the M6, you know, if you can buy that, I definitely would. I think that's going to be a huge win in the future. But anyway guys, so thank you for watching this video on why you should buy a BMW 650i. If you've made it this far, I'm going to take it for a bit of drive now and add that to the end of the content. And if you haven't checked out any of my other videos, I'll put a link up with a random one now, and go check it out. Obviously, if you enjoy the content, then please subscribe and comment any questions you have about this car and anything you want to know if you are interested in buying a 650i.